All right, guys, what is up? How are we doing? How is everyone doing? Good morning. Good morning. We got a New York session live for you guys. My voice is still here. I'm sorry about the inconsistency, guys. Had a doctor's appointment. My voice was shot. We got to get back into this. So my plan just went completely awry because Bitcoin is absolutely crazy right now. So let's break this down. Thomas, how you doing? Good morning, White. Good morning, Minimoo. Good morning, and Stephen R. Gill. Today we hit the top of a one-day price channel and then dropped. Okay, so a couple things to break down, guys, right now is, yes, correct. R. Gill, you're right. So Bitcoin, let's break this down because we did break out, okay? But now we hit the top of the channel twice. Now, remember, guys, I was looking for remember I was looking for 64K. That's what I was looking for before. However, that didn't happen. But if you take this channel right here, Bitcoin should drop to about 66,300 in the shorter term. And you did just hit the top of that. I wouldn't call it a one-day channel, but I would call it a more 4-hour channel. And now you can see Bitcoin is hitting that resistance right now and rejecting. So ideally, if I'm being real with you guys, ideally we drop all the way down to 49K, ideally, but we know that there's a lot of support in this area right here. What happened is Bitcoin completely faked out off of that drop, came and touched a lower high, and then dropped, and is reversing, okay? It is also the distribution phase. So this drop was pretty easy to tell. However, there's going to still be some wicks and some manipulation and all of that jazz. Now, if you look right here, Bitcoin definitely broke the trend. So however you want to look at this, guys, Bitcoin broke the trend. There is going to be some manipulation. You have manipulation in New York. This is the trend. It broke. Now the 4 hours rejecting as well too. So you're going down for another 4 hours here, or not 4 hours, but 1 hour. However, let me make sure we actually broke this channel because we've had bearish divergence on it for quite a bit. So this is the uptrend right here because you had a bounce right here. It does look like it is trying to come up and retrace 69.6. That being said, the 1 hour is completely overbought. So I want to see where this 1 hour candle closes in New York. I can't even say that we're going to continue to drop right now because we are oversold on the 15. But again, our MACD is completely dropping. So that is good. Our 1 hour MACD crossed. It crossed here and faked out. So now you're kind of waiting for this 4 hour to come down. And once this 4 hour comes down, here is your massive trend. So you'd ultimately be looking at 64 to 65 if this isn't a fake out. Being that we did hit the 4 hour trend, guys, I would say I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure because we've got the daily still moving up. But we've got the 4-hour rejecting at key resistance right here at 71K. So that is very, very important to note. And even the 5-minute is oversold too. So New York is known to do massive, massive fake outs. I'm not sure the direction of the market right now, only because it does look like we are going to drop and continue to drop here. But if we look at our liquidity gaps on Bitcoin on the 15, we're bouncing off of 69.2. We can come down to 68.3. We know that. We hit a major sell point right here. So right now there's a bit of uncertainty with the New York session. All right. Steven, how you doing? Good morning. APG, good morning. Let's get back to this schedule, guys, now that I actually feel better. Like, I still have some raspiness in my voice, but it is what it is. So we broke the channel. If you're shorting, Kevin, how you doing? Good morning. If you're shorting, guys, anywhere around this region would be a short. I just really want to see how this 1-hour candle closes. More so how this 15-minute candle closes, because I don't think this is the uptrend, but I may need to redraw the channel. We'll see what happens. If I look right here, my RSI already broke on my uptrend long time ago, right? So if we look right here, we broke it. We broke this right here. We broke it right here, right? So we broke it pretty much every area. So I would assume this was the break and this was the bounce right here off of a higher low, because that would have been right here. So yeah, so we definitely broke the uptrend. The question is Bitcoin gonna make us redraw the channel, or it is gonna be a fake out? We're kind of bouncing off this fair value gap right here. So it doesn't look like we're gonna break 70,000 or 71,000. Of course, anything could happen. This is why, if you guys do New York session, I recommend very low leverage. So the 1 hour is coming down. So we're in a downtrend, okay? Like, or at least on the RSI, we're in a downtrend. New York is going to do what New York does with manipulation and all of that stuff. But we are dropping. 1 hour dropping. 4 hour moving up, but overbought. So let's see. We also have key resistance right here too. So let's say Bitcoin did fake out, which is a New York session, so anything could happen. We're not going to be 100%, right? Let's say Bitcoin did fake out. It could possibly go up to 70,006 and then continue to drop. But if it did break here, this would be my top right here. And we do have death crosses approaching pretty much on every smaller time frame with the 800 SMA. We've been above the 800 SMA on the 3-minute. We've been above the 800 SMA on the 5-minute. And we are approaching a cross with your other SMAs, or EMAs, your other moving averages, depending on what you're using. What am I using? I'm using EMA ribbons. So sorry, your EMA. But if this is the top, guys, there is going to be a pretty big drop, because now that is your second point to touch and it is not breaking out. If there's a drop, I still have a bit of concern with this 18-hour going up. Like, yeah, you're normally shorting, but the problem with shorting is you want to make sure you get the short at the top, right? Like you can see, we just wicked all the way down here to, what is this, 69.2, and then wicked back up. So New York is playing the liquidity for sure all day. All right. So again, I'm not sure the direction on the market at the moment. There's a possibility we redraw the channel and this is the continuation of the uptrend. I don't think it is, but that would make a lot of sense to me if it did bounce off here, because here's your 3 points and it does look like you're bouncing. The caveat though is you bounced off of a higher low right here. So actually, let me look at my average closes. Tim, good morning. How you doing? Let me look at my average closes here. So yeah. Yeah, this is 50-50 right now. It's a wild card. All we know is rejecting. All we know is the 4 hours hit the top. All we know is that we are going to potentially drop here. We had a little bit of a fake out on the 1 hour time frame. And then here as well, too, you can see this is a massive fake out. We broke on the weekend, and then Tokyo picked us back up. But if you guys really want to know the real direction of the market throughout the day, you want to look at your RSI, right? Your RSI right here is coming down on your MACD. So you had a little bit of a cross on your MACD, and now you had a fake out, right? So you had a little bit of a cross here. We thought we were going to drop last night on the Tokyo Live. Everything was saying we were going to drop last night, just so you guys know, everything, all the TA. However, then we faked out. We never even touched the top again. And then we came back down, and now we got another cross. Typically, when you get that second cross on your MACD, that is normally going to be a reversal off of a fake out, or what you can call bearish divergence. So we'll see what happens here. And then if we go to the daily close, thank you guys all for joining the New York session live. Again, these lives are not going to be typically looking at every altcoin under the sun, because I do like to monitor Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is doing. Obviously, we have a 4 hour close coming up in an hour and 30. Normally it's an hour, but because of daylight savings, it moved up. You also have a head and shoulder here too on Bitcoin at the moment, right? So you have a head and shoulder right here. So there's a lot of key indicators that are saying we are definitely going to drop. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you for joining the New York session live. I tried to start it right at 9 o'clock today. Yeah, so you're overbought in your 1 minute, but you're very, very oversold in the 5 minute. So I'm going to redraw the channel for now. and put it here for now, because that would line up with my low right here. And it would also line up with the fact that we are completely oversold on the 15-minute. So massive drop here down to 69.1. But again, you are dropping on the initial trend. After this candle is closed, we should get some more direction in the market. If we go back up to 70,600 and then drop, whatever it is. Okay, let's take a look at XRP, a couple of the large cap coins, and see what they're doing. So again, XRP had a big fake out here too. I think I talked about XRP last night, guys, and I said I probably wouldn't trade it. It did break out, but everything is kind of just weird right now. Everything's in a massive range. You do have bullish divergence. Absolutely. So you have bullish divergence right here on XRP, pretty much on every time frame. We do have a higher low on XRP, so there's a possibility we move up to here. I wouldn't be shorting it here, and I wouldn't be longing it here. I'd be waiting if I'm an XRP trader. I would be waiting to see what happens on XRP. I would not be touching this trade because there's too much of a range here and a bullish rounded bottom, but you're very, very overbought. And if we look at the liquidity gaps here on XRP, so at the moment, guys, I'm not really sure what channel we are working with on Bitcoin. Did we form a higher low, or did we actually break the channel? It is looking like we broke the channel, but the reason I'm not sure is because we are oversold in the 15 minutes. Sometimes you need to redraw that channel, right? All right, 146 would be my target on XRP if it does anything, but it looks like it is all over the map. Let's look at total 3 here. I definitely do not recommend trading altcoins into the New York session. That is one thing I wanted to say. If you guys trade altcoins in the New York session, you're more likely to get wrecked. At least Bitcoin has more of a pattern and resistance and follow through somewhat. But the New York session, you're most likely to get wrecked trading altcoins. So again, total 3 broke out, guys, but it is doing nothing. Total 3 is going sideways at the moment, and you can kind of see that it's going sideways, right? Sideways, sideways, sideways. All right. Thank you guys all for joining the New York session live. This is the time we go live around 9. I'm trying to make it 9 to 9:15 a.m. I had to redo my thumbnail 3 times today just because I'm not really sure the direction of the market. But yeah, you can pretty much see Bitcoin is probably going to go for this resistance right here, which means that that's probably going to be the bounce of the channel for now. Unless it rejects right here. If it rejects right here, we know that was the top of the channel. Channels aren't always written in stone, guys. Sometimes you have to change the channels because the market is going to adjust, right? All right, let's look at Tether here, see what Tether is doing. Tether's not looking bearish at all. Well, yes, it is, but where Bitcoin is completely overbought on the 4-hour time frame, Tether is completely oversold. So seeing that would make me believe, okay, Tether's probably going to have a little bit of a run here, which means that stable coins are going to be the thing. But yeah, I'm not convinced right now. And if you're not convinced, you should not be trading. Until I get the confirmation that this is rejecting 70,000, we got about 1 hour left, guys, on this candle, which is good because then we will know more direction. Is anybody in a short or a long at the moment, guys, in the market? If you guys haven't hit that like button, guys, let's get this New York Live trending. No short, no long. Okay. So the way I'm seeing this, it's probably going to reject here. We are completely overbought here. Possibly. Long on XRP at 137. Okay, let's go look at that long, Kevin. Yeah, XRP is pumping right now. So 146 is probably where I'd be looking at. About 141, I mean, is where I'd be looking at XRP running to. It does look like this could be a little liquidity grab fake out. Possibly. But I would maybe... Yeah, see, Bitcoin's going back up to 70K. So that is the new channel that I drew. I would say XRP around 142. So that either would be manipulation or that would be the new channel. That's kind of what we got, because we also got a fair value gap right here, which is the red fair value gap, which could reject as well right here. Analysis paralysis. I wouldn't say that. I would just say I'm being cautious in the market because we know New York is going to manipulate, but we also know that we have that big drop and it looks like it bounced off that trend. So pretty much you can see that. That would be the bounce right here. which means that we would probably push up to 70,007, maybe, and then continue back down. Tony Gold, how you doing? Pretty much waiting for this 1 hour candle to close, guys, because you can even see right here that the 1 hour is completely dropping, right? So the 1 hour is dropping. 1 minute's very, very overbought. 15 minutes moving up, and the MACD is crossing down. The 4 hour is very, very overbought. All we did is really just bounce off this fair value gap. Let's see what gold is doing. XAU. Oh, you have analysis paralysis. Yeah. No, it's very easy to have that in this market. Gold is still trekking along slowly here. GP, how you doing? Good morning. Can I look at a pic so long? Sure. Let's take a look at Pixel. Okay, so Pixel's pumping pretty hard. You got some altcoins moving pretty good. This is a really nice candle on Pixel. I don't know if I'd be looking at a long per se, just because this thing is rocketing right now, like absolutely pumping. But I can see Pixel potentially, if it breaks here, it could go up to about 007. I would say 007 on Pixel if it breaks out of right here. That is a huge pump. So altcoins are pumping very, very hard right now. I mean, very hard. And it looks like Bitcoin is following suit as well. So we had that big drop. And now we are having the pump up to what looks like it'll be 70,700. But if I look at Pixel on my chart, that is a huge pump. So Pixel did break out. It's really tough for me to say long a pump, like very tough. But I can see Pixel potentially doing that, going up to 007. If it breaks this area. So it has to break 006,439. And if it can take out this area where a lot of sells are and accumulate new buys, then you're pretty much going to run up to 007. All right, but I want to see what Bitcoin is doing here, because that is the trade I want to take if it does anything. So we can see, guys, we bounced off the channel, right? Right here. This would be your new channel as of right now. Because if it was here, like, of course it could be a fake out. This is the New York session. Could definitely be a fake out. 15 minutes moving up. You got that 1 hour candle right here. Again, I'm not convinced with the 1 hour. The reason I'm not convinced on the 1 hour time frame, guys, is because we're dropping on the 1 hour, right? So we're overbought here on the 5 minute. You could pretty much guarantee that Bitcoin is going to hit 70,007. Of course, anything could happen. It is pretty crazy how we crossed on the MACD once and now twice, and Bitcoin is faking out again. So that is pretty crazy. But once we get this break of 69.3, we are for sure going to drop if that is the case. The 4 hours still going up, right? But it is also very, very overbought at that resistance. So there's a possibility we break out. However, with it being so overbought in the 1 hour and the 5 minute and the 15 minute, we'll have to see. Enzo, good morning. How you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Okay, 10 minutes left on this candle close, or what I would like to call it, manipulation candle. Because you took out, I believe you took out the Tokyo low. Yeah, you took out the Tokyo low right here. Right? So you took out the Tokyo low right here. Actually, hold on. No, the Tokyo low was right here. So all you did was wick down to the bottom of the channel. That was really it. Which is, again, why I'm not recommending trading right now, because this swinged from right here to right here. If you got in right here, that's like not a liquidation, but you would definitely be losing depending on what leverage you are at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw all my channels now, because I want to make sure okay, so if we look at the 4 hour time frame on the market, ideally this would have been a trend. But what we got to look at here is we got to look at the resistance right here. Right? So that is key resistance right here, which essentially you're hitting again. Someone says 71.5K has not been hit yet. Yeah, possibility we move up to 71.5. That is a huge candle. Now, if we look at our 4 hour, our 4 hour MACD is going up. So there's a possibility we hit that. But your 1 hour is completely overbought at that resistance. Your 5 minute is pretty much overbought here. And here's your little 5 minute or your 1 minute trend too. 12 Supreme, how you doing? No, you're definitely pumping. So you're definitely about to, looks like you're possibly about to break it. That is a candle right there. Right there is a candle. You can see that written all over the place. So this is your trend now, guys. That is your trend now. And I would say potentially we could hit 71.4 if we don't break, if we break this resistance. But yeah, you've got your 4-hour MACD going up, right? So 4-hour MACD going up, 15 minutes coming back up, kind of 5 minutes coming back up. Four-hour candles green again. So 71.5. Yeah, 71.5 would be a great target because you're rejecting the buys and sells, or you're rejecting the sells right here. I'm not saying it will push up to 71.5, but it would be a really, really good target to hit. Can I look at Doge? Took a long at 0.97. You guys are trading altcoins still, hey? Everyone's still trading altcoins. I'm the only one that is not trading. I am trading altcoins sometimes, like I'm trading Dogecoin sometimes, but just altcoins have been really weird. So here's your kind of play on Doge. Huge rounded bottom again. When Doge has the rounded bottom, guys, it breaks out. So I would say we could hit about 10.2. If we look at Doge. $10.2 on Doge, pretty much the top. The previous top here on Doge. 10.1, 10.2. Holy, Bitcoin is running. That is a candle. That is a really, really big candle. That's like a liquidation candle right there. So 71.5 is pretty much what it looks like it's going to go to. Let me draw this. So you definitely broke out right there. Now we're just really waiting for that 1 hour to close. XCN is ready to pump. So if we look at XCN, yeah, it looks like it is about to pump. If you look at it, there's a 4-hour rounded bottom here. It broke out. It is going sideways. The 4 hours is moving up. The MACD crossed up. The 18 hours looking pretty good too. Yeah, XCN's not looking too bad at all. All right, what is Bitcoin doing here? Trying to break out. I think it's going to push up for that 71.5 target. Pretty much go and liquidate everybody that's trying to short it. That is one big candle, guys. Huge candle. And that would go with Bitcoin breaking out on the 4 hour. That would definitely go with Bitcoin breaking out on the 4 hour. Because if you take your channel from right here to right here, it looks like it's about to break out. Or at least pump to the top here. To this fair value gap. There's your 71.5 hit. Pretty much. It does have bearish divergence, though. So I don't know if I'd be longing this. If we look right here, we hit that 71.5, and now your 1 minute is like massively, massively overbought. So I don't think I'd be longing it. I would definitely be cautious and taking profits possibly after this pump. Because there's 71.5 being hit, I believe. Or no, 71.496. Yeah, and you got pretty big bearish divergence. So it could possibly break out. Anything could happen. But it did not. It wicked up to this high right here. That's crazy because if you look at the MACD was dropping and the 1 hour was dropping as well, like completely dropping. All right, so we got 1 minute left on this candle here. And then we're going to see what the 1 hour does, if it is going to be a fake out or a breakout. It could still be a fake out and break out. I say we go and double bottom to I say we possibly double bottom here, or rounded bottom to about 74. It's very possible. I'll draw this new channel and I'll show you guys kind of where the channel is and where Bitcoin could hit on the channel. 71.7 is where I'd be looking at, but there is bearish divergence as well. That's crazy. The 1 minute is very, very overbought. Okay, guys, so we're pretty much going to end the live here. So here's the top of the resistance. It could technically push up to 71,007. Here is the top. This is definitely the top. But it could push up here. If it breaks out of 71.7, we are absolutely breaking out, like 100%. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys on the New York session live today. I wouldn't be trading anything until you know the for sure direction of the market. This is the top, but we have a better channel there. 4 hours still moving up for another 57 minutes. A possibility we come up to here and drop, but if we break out of this, we absolutely break out. We are taking off and running. Thank you, everybody, for joining the New York session live today, guys. I appreciate you. And we will see you on the London live tonight. I would monitor that 1 minute time frame pretty good right now. Okay, I hope everyone has a great night, guys. Be cautious, protect your capital, or a great day.